My girlfriend dumped me for her yoga instructor. I'm 30 years old, male, handsome, fit, and I thought I had my life pretty much figured out. I had a stable job as a software engineer, a comfortable apartment, and a loving girlfriend named Liz, whom I had been with for years. Liz was everything I could have asked for in a partner: beautiful, intelligent, and supportive. Or so I thought. Our relationship had its ups and downs, like any other, but we always managed to work things out. Liz had recently taken up yoga, hoping to find a way to relieve stress from her job as a marketing executive. She found a new studio in town that she loved and began attending classes regularly. I was happy she had found something that made her feel good, but little did I know that this new hobby would be the catalyst for the end of our relationship. Liz spoke highly of her yoga instructor, Marcus. He was a charismatic, athletic man in his late 30s, with an air of confidence that seemed to captivate everyone around him. I didn't think much of it at first. After all, Liz had always been open about her life, and I trusted her completely. Marcus was just her instructor, someone who helped her with her poses and meditation. Or so I believed. One evening, Liz had a late yoga class. She told me not to wait up for her, as she planned to grab a drink with some friends afterward. I decided to surprise her by showing up at the studio after her class. I thought it would be a nice gesture, and we could spend some time together. When I arrived, the studio was dimly lit, and the front door was slightly ajar. I walked in quietly, not wanting to disturb anyone. As I made my way down the hallway, I heard voices coming from one of the practice rooms. I recognized Liz's voice, but there was something different about it, an intimacy I had never heard before. Curiosity turned to dread as I approached the door. I peeked inside and felt my heart shatter. Liz and Marcus were sitting on yoga mats, facing each other, their hands intertwined. The way they looked at each other, the tenderness in their eyes, it was a look she used to reserve only for me. They leaned in and kissed, a slow, passionate kiss that confirmed my worst fears. I couldn't move. My mind raced with 1,000 thoughts, but I couldn't form a single coherent word. Finally, I pushed the door open, causing them to jump apart. Liz's eyes widened in shock and horror when she saw me standing there. "Jake, I can explain," she stammered, scrambling to her feet. I shook my head, feeling a mixture of rage and heartbreak. "Explain what, Liz? That you've been cheating on me with your yoga instructor?" Marcus stood up, trying to play the mediator. "Jake, let's just talk about this calmly." I glared at him. "Stay out of this. This is between me and Liz." Liz started to cry, and in that moment, I felt a pang of sympathy for her, but it was quickly overshadowed by the overwhelming sense of betrayal. I turned and walked out of the studio, ignoring Liz's pleas for me to come back. The drive home was a blur. My mind was numb, replaying the scene over and over again. How could she do this to me? After everything we had been through, after all the plans we had made for the future, how could she throw it all away? When I got home, I packed a bag with a few essentials. I couldn't bear to stay in the apartment where we had so many memories together. I needed space, time to think, time to process what had just happened. I went to a friend's place and crashed on his couch, my mind still reeling from the shock. The next few days were a haze of anger, sadness, and confusion. Liz called and texted constantly, begging me to talk to her, to give her a chance to explain. But I couldn't. Every time I thought about seeing her, I was filled with a rage that scared me. Eventually, I agreed to meet her in a neutral place, a small cafe where we had often gone for coffee dates. She looked tired and worn out, a shadow of the vibrant woman I had fallen in love with. "Jake, I'm so sorry," she began, her voice trembling. "I never meant for this to happen." I sighed, trying to keep my emotions in check. "Then why did it, Liz? Why did you cheat on me with him?" Tears welled up in her eyes. "I don't know. It just happened. Marcus and I connected on a level I can't explain. I didn't plan for this, I swear." I shook my head. "You had a choice, Liz. You chose to betray me." She reached across the table to take my hand, but I pulled away. "I still love you, Jake. I made a terrible mistake, but I want to fix this. I want us to work through this together." I looked at her, the woman I had planned to spend my life with, and felt a deep sadness. "I don't think I can, Liz. I don't think I can ever trust you again." She broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. Part of me wanted to comfort her, to tell her it would be okay. But I knew that if I did, I would be betraying myself. The next few weeks were incredibly difficult. I moved out of our apartment and found a new place. I threw myself into my work, trying to distract myself from the pain. Friends and family were supportive, helping me through the toughest days. Gradually, life started to regain some semblance of normalcy. I began to heal, though the scars of Liz's betrayal would always be with me. I started going to therapy, which helped me process my emotions and learn to trust again. One day, months later, I received a letter from Liz. In it, she apologized once more and told me she had ended things with Marcus. She was focusing on herself, trying to understand why she had made such a destructive choice. She didn't ask for forgiveness or another chance. She just wanted me to know she was truly sorry. Reading her letter, I felt a sense of closure. I didn't respond, but I wished her well in my heart. Life moves on, and so did I. Today, I'm in a better place. I've learned to cherish the relationships that matter and to guard my heart with care. Liz's betrayal taught me the importance of trust and communication in a relationship, lessons I will carry with me always. Sometimes we have to go through the darkest times to find the light within ourselves. And though the journey was painful, it led me to a stronger, wiser version of myself. For that, I am grateful.